Tonight we take you to the hills of New England to investigate one of the strangest areas in our country. In these woods, you can see it all: Bigfoot, UFOs, giant snakes, and a dark cryptid known as the Pukwudgie. The area is so vast that it might be responsible for some of history's most notorious events. I'm David Tomsic, and this is Nights Around the Fire. Hi, and welcome back to Nights Around the Fire. I'm David Tomsic, along with Sue Taylor. I'm glad you dropped in tonight. We have a great show for you tonight. And Sue, what are we going to be talking about?
We are going to Massachusetts, where we are going to talk about the Bridgewater Triangle.
The Bridgewater Triangle. Is this similar to the Bermuda Triangle?
Yes, so North America has 3 triangles. We have the Bridgewater Triangle, which is in Massachusetts. We have the Bennington Triangle, which is up in Vermont. And we have the Bermuda Triangle, which is off the coast of Florida, that we've discussed in another video. That it's a very good video. It has not gotten a lot of views, but I think you should go back and watch it because it was pretty good.
And watch it. It is a very good video. There's still a lot of mystery and intrigue with the Bermuda Triangle, and I think you'll enjoy the video. Sue did a good job investigating it. Okay, so this particular triangle, what happens here?
Everything happens here. We are not going to go into the true crime aspect of this video because there are true crime topics that come up in this area as well. We are going to talk about the cryptids. There are a ton of cryptid sightings up here. Many different kinds. Too many that I could squeeze into our short little video tonight.
So we're talking more than Bigfoot.
More than Bigfoot. We are talking giant snakes, which you know I love giant snakes.
Yeah.
There are UFO sightings. There are Thunderbird sightings.
Wow, Native American legend.
Native American legend. And our favorite Native American legend, which we're going to talk about first, is the Pukwudgie. Pukwudgie was requested by one of our listeners, so thank you for that. You sent a nice email and gave us some nice comments, so thank you for suggesting that. I did not know it was part of the Bridgewater Triangle, but it is, and apparently there are sightings of Pukwudgie.
Wow. And I have to ask you a question, Noah. Who do we have here with us today?
This may be a Pukwudgie. I don't know if he's a goblin or a troll or a Pukwudgie, but he looked like he fit the role, so I grabbed him.
He's in.
Yeah,
he's in.
He's here.
Okay, so how big is this space up there?
Roughly 200 square miles.
Okay.
But I'm going to put an asterisk there because no one is entirely sure how big it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, this is wilderness, right?
We're
talking wilderness here?
Well, not entirely. There are cities in it as well. There's a lot. We're going to talk about something that I may or may not have a clue with me as to how it might be tied in as well. But I'm going to save that till the end.
Okay, I can go with that. So what creature do you want to talk about first? I mean, there seems to be a lot of them here.
So we're going to start with the Pukwudgie. We'll talk about our friend the Pukwudgie. Pukwudgie may be the oldest creature in North America.
Well, how do you figure that?
And this is no offense to the Bigfoot who may watch our channel. I didn't write this. Somebody else said that it may be the oldest creature out there, so I'm just repeating it here. What I do know is that it comes from the Wampanoag and Obiji, which I horribly pronounced that tribe's history. So it's another Native American tale like we have discussed on this channel before. And it was adopted by pop culture and was used in the Harry Potter franchise.
In what way?
He was a glowing goblin type creature.
Oh, yeah. So they stole it from the Native Americans.
Yes, but we've talked about this so many times on this channel about how history influences pop culture.
Yes.
That when I saw that it was included in the Harry Potter series, was not a surprise to me.
No, I guess not. Anyway, much respect to the Native Americans. We know who found this creature first.
You did. There's a lot of backstory on the Pukwudgie. There is so much of it, I could not identify exactly what is true and what is not true. It may be a type of a fairy. It may be a goblin. It may be a troll. It could be anything. It is not a spirit. That is the number one thing to emphasize. The Native Americans did not see it as a spiritual creature.
Okay, so they saw it as a physical being
Yes.
of some sort.
Yes. There is one story that says the Pukwudgie fought a war with the Fae. Fae here in North America, not just in Ireland.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So somehow they got here.
Yes, somehow they got here.
And who won this war? Does anybody know?
Could be anybody.
I didn't know there was a war. Now that I know there was a war, I'm kind of want to know who won.
I'm going to suggest going back and watching our Ireland videos as well, because I feel like the Pukwudgie fits in with the Irish culture that we talked about last spring.
Yeah, folks, we did a couple over, the March St. Paddy's Day holiday on Irish folklore. Very interesting, fascinating, and they weren't big in numbers, and I think because a lot of people may not understand them or say, hey, that doesn't fit our desire to see something other than Bigfoot maybe. But that's okay. Go back. You'll enjoy the video. Watch it. Like it.
Squatch
The like button while you're at it, and help us with the algorithm and with the channel. Okay, so has this creature had any interactions with man recently?
Yes, there are still sightings to this day. Now, what we are talking about is a human-like creature that is 2 to 3 feet tall. Its name translates into the person of the wilderness or the little wild man of the woods that vanishes.
Well, it's a lot.
Okay.
A lot of words there.
They have human-like faces, but they have large ears, fingers, and noses with gray skin.
So it's like a cross between a fairy, an alien,
A goblin and a
goblin
troll.
and a troll.
Yes.
But a troll would be much larger.
Yes. All of the artist renditions I've seen of them make them look like goblins. But some of them look like a goblin with porcupine quills on its back.
Okay. I guess no one took a picture of it, right? So
No, I really looked for valid sightings and valid pictures of the Pukwudgie and could not find any.
So these are primarily, basically the name represents, a forest creature.
They are a forest creature, and they are prominently found in the Bridgewater Triangle area along the Delaware border, primarily New England creatures. There have been some sightings up in Indiana, but they seem to primarily be a New England thing.
Okay, so we have the Pukwudgie. That's interesting, and I think maybe our viewers may never have heard of such a creature themselves, but you said there were other cryptids.
There are, and we're going to get to them. We're going to get to them as soon as we talk about what the Pukwudgie can do.
Oh, it can do things.
Yes.
But it's not magical.
It's not magical. It is not a spiritual being.
So what does it do?
The stories about the Pukwudgie were told as warnings. You're supposed to be afraid of the Pukwudgie.
A lot of the Irish folklore was the same, wasn't it?
Yes, it was very similar.
A cautionary tale, a warning.
Yes. They used to like humans, but now they don't.
Wonder why that is.
Yeah. So they've turned on the humans. They can disappear suddenly. They can disorient humans, which sounds a lot like the puka to me.
Yep.
They can shapeshift. They can lead travelers off the path, also the puka. They can push them off of cliffs. They can sabotage tools and shelters, and they can attack humans and animals.
Thing's nasty.
Yes, it is.
Very nasty.
Yes. Yes. Very much like the puka. It's got a nastier disposition than the creatures we talked about in Ireland.
So it's not just a trickster.
No, it is not just a trickster. It is out to do some damage.
And has it?
There's disappearances in the Bridgewater Triangle. So some of these true crime cases of missing people, maybe the Pukwudgie's behind it.
Okay, well, I can
I'm
go
willing
along
to go
with that,
with
I
it.
guess. I mean, what do I know?
So if you are hiking in this area and you see a Pukwudgie or something that looks like a Pukwudgie, it means to harm you. Get away from it. Don't go anywhere near it.
Okay, folks, good safety tip from Nights Around the Fire. If you're in New England in the Bridgewater Triangle, if you see a Pukwudgie or something that even looks like a Pukwudgie, run like hell.
Get out. Yeah. Get out. Get
We're
out.
here. We care about you.
Yes.
Okay, so the Pukwudgie's fairly dangerous.
Pukwudgie is dangerous. Now, you asked about the other cryptids that are up there.
Right.
So the thunderbirds.
Right. Thunderbirds, definitely. One was spotted in Greene County, according to Kevin Paul.
Yes, yes.
Greene County, one of the most haunted counties in America, if not the most haunted county in America. Kevin Paul, researcher, our friend, said one was discovered there.
Yes.
These are not something you would see every day, obviously. Indian lore.
Very much so. These are this whole story goes back to Indian lore, with the exception of this next thing I'm going to talk about, which is the giant snakes.
Okay, giant snakes. We can go with that.
I was brave. I did Google them. I did not see any convincing pictures that look any bigger than the snakes that could grow to that size in my backyard, but apparently there are giant snakes up there.
Wow.
There's also supposedly a giant snake at the Devil's Den in Gettysburg, which is partially why it got its name. Okay. Since we've talked about the giant snakes, we've talked about the Pukwudgie, and we have talked about the thunderbirds, let's get to our favorite cryptid.
Let me guess. Bigfoot.
Correct. You have guessed correctly.
I'm good at this.
You are. Okay. So, the BFRO has 5 cases, all class A or B, of Bigfoot.
Wow.
Yes.
That's big time.
Yes. We are going to start with one that it was reported recently, but it's from the summer of 1979 in Abington, Massachusetts, and was clearly identified as being part of the Bridgewater Triangle.
Okay, so it was securely in the triangle.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so let's read this as it was put on the BFRO's site. 25 years ago, 1979, I heard the most awful and terrifying screams for 3 nights in a row. We had just built a 2-story addition, which is situated further back on a lot about 150 feet into the woods from the street. This area is considered suburban, but was fairly rural at the time. There are houses built along the street that are lots of 3/4 to 1 acre. We own several acres of heavily wooded land, and our house sits back on the lot further from the others. This section of woods is bordered by 3 state highways and was about 1 mile by 1.5 miles. Okay.
Okay.
It was bordered by woods and some farmland fields. At the time, there were only 2 dead-end streets that penetrated this section of woods. Another country road separates this section with the west with a state park nearby. Okay, so a state park, we know state parks are always prime Bigfoot land.
Yeah, they do love to hang out in state parks.
Yes.
I don't think they care that the state owns them. I think they probably believe they do, but
They do own them. I would argue for the Bigfoot in that case.
I digress here. Okay.
The park is several hundred acres of lakes and heavily wooded areas. The area now is filled with housing developments. It was July and very hot, 90 plus degrees, and the peepers were very loud. Is that a word for crickets?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Each evening between 2 and 3:30 a.m., an extremely loud howling, screaming sound would start far away. As it came closer, the screams lasted for 20 to 30 seconds each and occurred every 1 to 2 minutes or so. You could hear brush and branches being swept out of the way with a loud crunching and breaking sound and screams that would get louder in intensity. The woods at the time were covered with thick vines and brambles that were 3 to 5 feet high. It was extremely difficult to walk through any section of the woods that was not cleared. You just didn't stroll through the woods, especially in the pitch black. No, you don't do that. When this thing came closer, all the peepers and the night sounds completely ceased. Okay, that's a thing.
That's a thing. It seems to happens a lot when there's a Bigfoot in the area.
Nature knows predators. They know when there's something dangerous around.
Yeah, you wonder about that, because what would a peeper or a cricket or whatever they call them worry about a Bigfoot for? There's something more to this.
There has to be something more to this.
Now, but I'm going to go here before you go on.
Okay.
There's this paranormal connection somehow. Some people believe that there is. Some people believe there's a UFO connection, but you would think when the force goes silent, it's more supernatural or spiritual than it is physical.
Yes.
I'm just throwing that out there for conversation. Let us know in the comment section what you believe. Continue.
All right. The sound was so loud in volume that it actually caused you to freeze. I mean that it ran your blood cold. I remember laying in bed not wanting to investigate because whatever it was big, and I did not want to find out what it was.
Smart.
Yes. It was not the sound of a bear, a mountain lion, or a wounded deer. The sound had a human quality about it and was like it was searching for something and had a sense of pain or distress about it. It would travel parallel through the woods about 100 feet behind my house. On the third night, I got up immediately and waited for this thing to get closer. I have a switch in the bedroom that would turn on some roof-mounted floodlights that would shine into the backyard. We did not have a deck or anything at the time, and the woods were about 25 feet behind the house. This thing was crashing through the woods, and when it was right behind the house, it gave out this huge, loud moan. I was looking out the window, and with all the inside lights out, then I stepped out I turned on the floodlights. The scream stopped, and there was silence for about 5 seconds, and then it crashed through the woods away from the house, very quickly opposite the direction it came from. You could hear the crashing of a 2-footed creature, moving on 2 legs. I heard the crashing sounds for about another minute, and then it faded and was quiet. I was really spooked and went downstairs and started turning on all the lights and the outside lights. I noticed that all my neighbors were turning on their outside lights as well. So this thing woke the whole neighborhood up.
Yeah, it did.
This was unusual because no one left outside lights on and there were no street lights in this section of the street. There were at least 4 other houses that turned on their lights. I contemplated whether to call the police, but did not. The next day, while mowing the lawn, my elderly neighbor across the street came over and said, "Did you hear those sounds last night? I have heard them for several nights and almost called the cops. If I hear them again, I am calling the police. I have never heard anything like it in my life." I agreed, and it was good that someone else had confirmed the incident to me.
Right.
All these years, I have only told close friends of this story, and the kidding I take is unmerciful. I don't think that's a word. Is that a word?
Maybe it's a word.
Maybe. It doesn't matter. But I know to this day what I heard was absolutely real. I forgot about it for many years until I saw some Bigfoot documentaries in the early 1990s. They played a recording, probably the Columbiana Bigfoot howl.
I'm sure that's right now. Okay.
Okay. When I heard it, it brought back the whole incident. It was almost identical to the sound. So this is another case where somebody hears that sound and identifies it as the creature that they hear.
Okay. Confirmation.
Yes. I have played the sound recordings on various websites and would say that it sounds pretty close to the Ohio or Pennsylvania recordings. I never heard anything after 1979, and I did not see anything. Perhaps others have given reports in this area, and this report may be helpful. I am being truthful about this. I do not drink, do not do any prescription drugs, and I am a church administrator in a non-denominational church.
Okay. So he is trying to have some credentialing there. This sounds like it was confirmed by others.
Yes.
Even if he didn't talk to the other neighbors, if everybody's lights went on at the same time, they heard the same thing and they were shook up.
I just like hearing these stories where it was like our 100 Bigfoot Nights video that we discussed, where they go online and they hear the Columbiana Bigfoot howl and they go, aha, that's it.
That's
it.
it.
That just tells you that something making these sounds is across the country, because that was in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And people in Pennsylvania say that they have heard that same sound.
Ohio?
And now somebody in Massachusetts is hearing that sound.
So that's 4 states.
Yes.
4 states that people have heard this sound. And I'm sure there's others. Maybe no one's come out and documented it, but I'm sure these are very similar sounds other people would hear in the Northwest and other places where we believe Bigfoot resides.
I'm going to go online and see if I can find these Pennsylvania recordings that they are talking about and see if we can have some comparisons for one of our next episodes.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I think, friends, that what we find is, in talking to a friend of mine from the library, he worked for a TV station in the local area here, and they'd fly their helicopter from different places to get film. And he would look down at the forests as you go from here to Erie north, and was amazed at how much forest there really is. And so when people want to tell you that these things are not true, they're not real, they can't be found, they don't do this, they don't do that, take a flyover in a plane, which I've done, or a helicopter, into forested areas. We talk about it here from the ground level, but you go over top of it with a drone or a plane or helicopter, you will find how thick and deep these forests are. And I'm here to tell you, if you want to search for something in there, good luck.
And that's just Pennsylvania. Massachusetts and Vermont especially,
oh my, yeah,
are even more rural, and there is even more thick wooded areas.
The farther you get to Canada, the thicker the forest gets.
Yes.
And you can be walking somewhere, and it can be right behind you. By the way, I want to thank Jane for this shirt she gave me for my birthday. Thank you, Jane. And she gave me another one. I'll be wearing that. And she is a follower and a watcher of our videos. Thank you. And yes, this shirt could play with any of our genre.
It could.
The UFO, the aliens, right behind you.
Yes.
The ghost is right behind you. And, of course, Bigfoot can be right behind you.
Maybe it's the Pukwudgie this time.
Well, if it's the Pukwudgie, I'm peacing out. I'm gone because I'm not getting pushed over a cliff.
I'm more concerned about the Dullahan being right behind me.
Well, yes. Again, that's our Irish video. Check it out. Check out all of our videos. Binge watch them. We appreciate that. Okay, Sue. So what other sightings did the BFR talk about?
Let's talk about a Class A from the summer of 2013.
Okay.
The writer says, I was driving home near the town dump about 1 o'clock in the afternoon at the end of June last year. So that would be very bright. 1 o'clock in the afternoon in June.
Yeah.
That's lots of daylight. But it was raining very hard. A large figure came out of nowhere. I hit my brakes, but was far enough back that I would not have hit it. There was a car coming at me from the other way. It almost ran into the back end of that car. I turned a little sideways to avoid the car. That's when I knew it was not a person or a bear. When it turned, it flung its arms up and back a little to miss the car. It was a little hunched over. Its shoulders were extremely wide. I couldn't make out any facial features. It was covered in dark brown hair and appeared to have hardly any neck. It was about 6 inches taller than the minivan it almost ran into. If it was standing straight up, I would guess it was about 6 to 6.5 feet tall. This whole thing took about 2 or 3 seconds, but it really shook me up. I have always hiked in the woods around here and have done a lot of tracking of animals of all kinds. I've never seen anything that would resemble a Bigfoot track. I have always had doubts about people seeing these, but now I will never doubt it again. It won't keep me from the woods, but I'll keep my eyes peeled from it from now on.
Well, that's a first-hand eye-to-eye sighting right there.
Yeah, that's quite a sighting of it.
I guess that's the truth about anything. You don't believe it until you see it for yourself. And once you see it for yourself, generally you're sold. And I think these close encounters change people's lives forever.
And
no
you
doubt.
Hear a lot of people say, I didn't believe until I saw it. Like, that's a very common statement.
They say that about ghosts and UFOs, a lot of things, and it's natural.
Yes.
Especially in today's modern world. Probably back 400 or 500 years ago, that might not have been the same way people think. But today, people are lost in our society, and our culture, and our phones, and we're used to seeing all the paranormal and monster videos, and we get desensitized to reality. But then when you're out in those there woods, and that 6'8", 7 foot, 9 foot creature comes a calling, you're a firm believer then.
I have said this before in other videos. Walt Disney did not build the woods. There is no escape button. Like, the cast member can't turn off the woods if you get scared and you want to get out of it.
No. If something's chasing you, There's no commercial break.
Right. So if you are going to go into those woods, make sure you are prepared, not just for cryptids, but also for nature, for other humans, for real live animals that have been sighted out there.
And there's a lot of them. So, yeah, be careful. The woods are not that safe for people who aren't experienced in facing wild animals or paranormal things.
Correct. Correct.
Just saying. Just saying. So, again, another safety tip from Nights Around the Fire.
I've getting a lot of them this video.
We're here to protect you. Be careful. And Sue knows that being in Atlanta, and she was swimming with the snakes, and she was keeping aware of those snakes because they're copperheads.
Copperheads, rattlers, water moccasins, all the really fun ones that you definitely want your dog to tangle with.
Yeah, yeah. So we're here knowing that there's danger out there.
There is. And
I personally was just in the Smoky Mountains, and they give you a warning when you're in the cabins or you're in a bed and breakfast, which we were B&B actually. And they warn you, there's cats and big cats, there's snakes, and there's bear in their woods.
And they're not animatronic.
And they're not animatronic, and no one's going to turn them off.
Yeah.
Walt Disney didn't make it, as Sue mentioned. Okay, so what's next here? What else happened here, Sue?
So let's talk about, we're not going to go in depth into this, but we are going to talk about a fun little twist in the Bridgewater Triangle.
Okay.
There is I don't know if my t-shirt is visible on camera.
Lizzie Borden.
Okay. Now remember, Fall River, Massachusetts is clearly in the Bridgewater Triangle's boundaries.
Okay, yes, definitely.
It is.
And that's a town.
It is, and that is the town where, if you believe it, Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her father 40 whacks. If you believe it. I have been there.
She got the shirt when she was at the bed and breakfast and museum.
I have been to the Lizzie Borden house. I have seen the area where Mrs. Borden and Andrew Borden were murdered in their house. I am on team Lizzie did it. I believe she had help. And if she didn't do it, she has a really bizarre story. Not the point of this. We can talk about Lizzie Borden some other time. However, if you believe that the Bridgewater Triangle's energy impacts not only cryptids and other weirdness, but also the true crime cases we didn't get into, the Bridgewater Triangle's boundaries may be responsible for what happened to the Borden family.
You heard that here, folks. Let us know what you think about that. That's very interesting. That is a bizarre legend, true crime. I don't know. We don't know how accurate it is, right?
Lizzie was acquitted, so technically she is innocent. They didn't believe she could have done it, so it's technically a cold case. It's one of Massachusetts' oldest cold cases because there is no suspect in custody or was ever arrested for it.
Okay,
convicted.
So you believe it was Lizzie?
I do believe it was Lizzie. I do believe she had help, but I do believe it was Lizzie.
This was on Unsolved Mysteries back in the day many, many times. Many people believe it was Lizzie. Let us know what you think. Yes or no? Did she do it or didn't she do it? And whether the Bridgewater Triangle had anything to do with it.
Yeah. I thought that was a very interesting twist when I read that this past week.
Interesting there. Okay, well, thanks on that, Sue. I just really always believed she did. Maybe it's because pop culture kind of says she did.
Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her father 40 whacks. When her mother saw what she had done, she gave her mother 41.
Wow. And you didn't know Sue was this talented. She'll be here on Nights Around the Fire. Join us on all the videos that we do because you'll get to see Sue perform maybe other songs about axe murderers.
Too much true crime for this channel. We can talk about it if you want to, but too much true crime for our channel.
Sue is a true crimer, and she does enjoy true crime stories, real life ones. Of course, here we do talk about paranormal, and sometimes those paths cross.
Which in this case, I believe it did, because the energy that is in the Bridgewater Triangle may have caused the Borden family tragedy.
Yeah, we're talking here, Sue. I guess what you're saying with these triangles, and that's including the one in Alaska, the Bermuda, it always deals with energy.
Yes.
And if you do any ghost hunting, which we're not ghost hunters, but we've been involved with them, the ghost hunter, the paranormal expert will tell you that energy is what gives these things power, supernatural power, so to speak, to do some of the things you see a ghost would do. Move objects or appear, make a light go on a piece of equipment. So whether you believe that stuff, that's up to you, but we know that scientifically there is this type of energy that abounds in our homes from wiring, from natural sources. So I guess you can say that anything's possible when it comes to certain bizarre cases that you can't explain that might have to do with a little more paranormal involvement.
I can say that the Lizzie Borden house is haunted. There's many a story. I have been on the tours and heard the stories about the hauntings there at the Lizzie Borden house. 2 people died in a very terrible death in that house, which their energy had to go somewhere. So if it remained, maybe it just added to the energy of the Bridgewater Triangle, and that just continues to enhance the powers of the triangle every time something strange happens up there.
Right. And again, we can't make, claims on anything, but we know that there are things unexplained. And sometimes those things are linked to the paranormal. Bigfoot, some believe, somehow was linked to the paranormal. Maybe he's not paranormal, but maybe somehow linked to it. I don't know. We say this because we always want to make you understand we're not the experts here. We're giving you what other people have said, done, investigated, and some of our own educated opinions. We've been on ghost hunts. I've been in the woods. I've been places that make your hair stand on end. But I can tell you there's more to life than what you see here in 2D. And that's why we always ask you to keep your head on a swivel. Let us know what you see or hear. Tell us stories that have happened to you or someone you know. Sue's building a case file to go on air and tell other people's stories about things that have happened to them. We want to hear from you. You want them to email you?
Yes. strangeworld777@yahoo.com. I finally caught up this week and replied back to everybody. So I've got some stories coming in because we're going to do a listener stories episode.
That'll be fascinating. We love hearing from you. Don't forget to like our podcast, or as Sue says,
Squatch.
The like button, big time. Subscribe. It helps us with the algorithm. And please share the video with people you know, even people you don't know. Let everybody know about Nights Around the Fire. We're growing. And we're here to give you as much information about the paranormal as we can. Let us know what you want to hear from us. We always appreciate it. We're also on Facebook.
The Canonsburg Paranormal Discussion, which I am going to, hopefully this week, start a book list in our group because we talk about so many books here on the channel. I want to have a repository where you guys can go find everything. I have pinned the website for the 100 Bigfoot's Nights video, so when you watch that, just pull up Facebook and you can pull up the website right there from the group if you lose it.
And I think we're also on Instagram.
We are Nights Around the Fire.
Yeah, join everything we have here. We want to grow. We want to grow with you, and we thank you for your support and all the subscribers who have been so kind to us. We want to make sure you understand that we're Canonsburg's #1 podcast. #1.
#1. We're going to get on Spotify soon. We were just talking about that, so you guys can take us in the car with you.
Right. And let us know if you want us to do more. We have some options here, and we may be having some content you can be involved with. We'll get back to you on how that works. If you love what we do during the week, we may be able to get you access to some more personalized videos. We'll let you know as we go forward. We appreciate that you have supported us this far. Anything else about the Bridgewater Triangle?
No, there's a lot of other stuff that I didn't even touch and scrape into. So I encourage everybody to go out and we can keep having conversations about this. If you find something else in the Bridgewater Triangle you want to discuss, bring it to us. We're happy to go back in.
Fantastic, Sue. Again, thanks again for watching. And we're going to close for now and see you next time right here on Cannesburg's #1 podcast, Nights Around the Fire.
Bye, guys.
Later.